Have you ever squeezed a sponge over the sink and watched water pour out of it, then dropped it back onto a spill and seen it swell up again in seconds? It's just a soft block full of holes, right? Yet somehow, with one quick press, it can drink up a puddle that a cloth would only smear around. This everyday trick is so familiar that we barely question it. But hidden inside that lightweight block is a precise blend of material science and physics. A sponge isn't simply full of gaps. It's a carefully structured network built to pull water in, move it around, and hold it there until you decide otherwise. So today, let's look beyond the surface and uncover what really makes a sponge absorb water so quickly, right here on Simple History of Things for You. When we say a sponge absorbs water, what we're really describing is a process driven largely by capillary action. This is the same phenomenon that allows liquids to travel through narrow spaces without needing to be pushed. Water molecules are attracted to certain materials. When they encounter tiny channels, they don't just rest on the surface. They're drawn inward. A sponge is filled with interconnected pores, thousands upon thousands of small passages that weave through the material. The moment those passages touch water, liquid begins to move inside them. It doesn't wait for gravity to do the work. It spreads and travels through the internal maze. But structure alone doesn't explain everything. The substance of the sponge plays an equally important role. Many modern kitchen sponges are made from cellulose, a plant-based material derived from wood pulp. On a microscopic level, cellulose contains chemical groups that bond easily with water molecules. Instead of forming droplets and sliding away, water clings to the material and spreads through it. That attraction allows moisture to move deep into the sponge rather than remaining on the outside. Natural sea sponges, used long before synthetic ones were invented, rely on a similar principle. Their fibrous skeletons create complex internal cavities that channel water throughout the organism's body. Modern manufacturing simply refines and standardizes this design. Now consider what happens when you press a dry sponge into water. As you squeeze it, you force air out of the pores. When you release your grip, the sponge expands back to its original shape. That expansion lowers the pressure inside the pores, and water rushes in to fill the newly available space. In that moment, you are not just holding a sponge. You are activating a pressure-driven absorption system. The size and distribution of the pores also matter. Smaller pores generate stronger capillary forces, pulling water inward more aggressively. Larger pores allow liquid to travel more freely through the structure. The most effective sponges balance these two features: fine channels for strong attraction and wider pathways for efficient distribution. This balance explains why some sponges feel denser and absorb quickly, while others seem slower but hold larger amounts overall. It's not random. It's structural design. Surface area is another key factor. Every internal wall within the sponge provides a place for water molecules to attach. The more internal surfaces there are, the more water the sponge can retain. Even though the sponge feels light, its internal surface area is enormous compared to its outer size. Temperature plays a subtle part as well. Warm water molecules move with greater energy than cold ones. That added motion allows them to slip into pores slightly more easily, making absorption feel faster under warm running water than under cold. Over time, however, a sponge's performance can change. Soap residue, grease, and mineral deposits can coat the inner surfaces, reducing the material's natural attraction to water. Tiny particles may clog the pores, limiting how easily liquid can travel. The sponge may still look intact, but its internal efficiency can decline. Even so, the fundamental design remains remarkably effective. A sponge can hold many times its own weight in water because it distributes liquid throughout a three-dimensional network rather than storing it in one place. Each pore, each channel, each flexible wall contributes to a coordinated system built for rapid intake and controlled release. In the end, what makes a sponge absorb water so quickly isn't luck or mystery. It's the combination of hydrophilic material, interconnected pore networks, capillary forces, and pressure changes working together. What appears to be a simple cleaning tool is actually a compact demonstration of physics in action. So the next time you wipe up a spill or squeeze out a sponge in the sink, take a moment to notice what's happening. That soft block in your hand isn't just soaking up water. It's showing how structure determines function, how the smallest spaces can guide and control something as fluid as water. If you enjoyed this exploration, tell us in the comments what everyday object you'd like us to uncover next. We always read your suggestions, we always give you a shout out when we feature your idea, and we're grateful you're part of our community. Thank you for joining us on Simple History of Things for You, where the simplest things around us often carry the deepest stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more journeys hidden inside the details of daily life.